What's going on, guys, and welcome to another episode of Smash JT. We've got ourselves some potentially very big news going on with a partnership between Sony and Microsoft. Now, I say potentially because there's nothing guaranteed coming out of this, and the wording is vague around what they're going to be doing together. But one thing is for sure, Sony and Microsoft just signed an agreement to work together. JT. Hot off the press from Microsoft themselves, May 16th, 2019, Sony and Microsoft to explore strategic partnership, companies to collaborate on new cloud-based solutions for gaming experiences and AI solutions, artificial intelligence. Now, what is interesting about this is after reading through the entire press release, they feel pressured into working together because they see the future, and the future is Google competing on their landscape. With cloud-based gaming, the services that Google is going to be offering with the Stadia, Microsoft and Sony probably started talking saying, guys, we need to put our heads together here because Google Stadia is no joke. It's going to be pretty serious stuff when it finally comes to fruition and integrates fully with YouTube. Now, with that being said, let's go through some of the highlights of this press release. Sony and Microsoft announced Thursday that the two companies will partner on new innovations to enhance customer experiences in their direct-to-consumer entertainment platforms and AI solutions. The two companies will explore joint development of future cloud solutions in Microsoft Azure to support their respective game and content streaming services. In addition, the two companies will explore the use of current Microsoft Azure data center-based solutions for Sony's game and content streaming services. This is something that nobody saw coming. Microsoft and Sony getting together, joining forces, especially with what Google's going to be doing in the competitive landscape of gaming with online cloud service and databases. Microsoft and Sony certainly saw a challenging road ahead when Google Stadia comes out, and that for sure had a major impact on them making a decision to come together and improve their data center-based solutions. Ease of use and accessibility are going to be keys to this joint venture. They will also explore collaboration in the areas of semiconductors and AI. This is big. It doesn't necessarily have so much to do with video gaming in general, but more specifically consumer products that Sony makes and what Microsoft is making, and to fight back against other competition. I saw Microsoft and Nintendo joining forces in the game space, and I thought that was a really good direction for Microsoft to be going, but again, definitely did not see this coming with Sony joining forces with Microsoft. Sony is a creative entertainment company with a solid foundation of technology. We collaborate closely with a multitude of content creators that capture the imagination of people around the world, and through our cutting-edge technology, we provide the tools to bring their dreams and vision to reality. President and CEO of Sony, Kenichiro Yoshida, had been quoted as saying that PlayStation itself came about through the integration of creativity and technology. What he was referring to with that is the PlayStation came from Nintendo, where they had a joint venture trying to create the next game system with Nintendo, and Nintendo didn't want to move forward with a disc-based system, cut Sony out of the equation, and move forward with the N64. That is wild. So just imagine, from the last time something major in the game space happened when Sony went together with another company, the PlayStation came out of that. So the result of this is wild dreams could come true. Now again, I want to keep this in perspective because it's just a joint venture and there is no guarantee of anything specific coming from this. But just the idea that Sony and Microsoft join forces is one for the ages. This can go down in history as a monumental moment in technology, in the history of video games, in the history of consumer electronics. It's been a long time since we'd seen something this massive come to fruition. Sony has always been a leader in both entertainment and technology, and the collaboration we announced today builds on this history of innovation, said the CEO of Microsoft, Satya Nadella. Our partnerships bring the power of Azure Azure and Azure AI to Sony to deliver new gaming and entertainment experiences for customers. Going forward, the two companies will share additional information when available. So that is wild. Groundbreaking, could completely change the direction of consumer electronics and technology, especially in the video game space, but we're not sure how far it's going to go. So I wanted to bring this to your attention because it is a gigantic moment in gaming history just to see these two people come together. Kenshiro Yoshida and Satya Nadella, the CEOs of both respective companies, shaking hands, signing a deal that they will partner together on new innovations to enhance customer experiences in their direct-to-consumer electronic platforms and AI solutions. This is going to be mainly focused on cloud-based solutions, but that doesn't limit it to that. Who knows what could come out of this? What I'm gathering from reading this press release is that they are motivated and they have a direction that they've pinpointed to go in together. They know exactly what they want to do, and it's just a matter of putting their collaborative heads together and create what they're thinking. I keep focusing on the cloud-based solution because that's the future of consumer electronics. The cloud is where it is at. They see Google Stadia, they see Salesforce, they see so many different aspects of cloud-based solutions, and Sony and Microsoft know that if they don't act fast, they will be left behind, which is the last thing they want to do when it comes to being able to make money for the long term. The one thing I wanted to touch on while I was making this video is whenever a collaboration comes together between two mega companies, they both expect a result out of that. And with this, that's no different. Microsoft already has the established Azure AI technology and the Microsoft Cloud Network. Sony doesn't really have a good established cloud, so that is what they'll be getting out of this deal. As for what Microsoft wants out of this deal, it looks like Microsoft is trying to interject their platform into everyone's company as much as possible. We started seeing it kind of happening with the Nintendo Switch already, and I could kind of see that happening with the PlayStation brand going forward, which would be exciting for gamers of all kinds to be able to have more options, to be able to play games on more platforms. It's a win-win for everybody. So from that perspective, I could see this working out for all parties involved as long as it's successful against Google Stadia. You're going to keep hearing me say that throughout this entire video because Google Stadia, after I watched that presentation, I was truly taken back. That was something that was brand new to consumers that weren't expecting that at all. A way to play games without even having a console in front of them. A way to play the game and then move to a different place to play it. A computer, a TV, or a mobile phone, anywhere. And be able to pick up where you left it, be able to integrate it directly with YouTube. So many different options with Stadia. I could see that completely devouring the entire video game industry if they execute it properly. Sony and Microsoft see that happening, and I'm sure Nintendo to an extent as well. So them all coming together, while unlikely, this day and age, the stars have aligned. And they are grouping together to join forces and fight back against somebody who is a serious threat to their business model. Not just cloud-based, that's going to be the main focus of this from what I'm gathering, but also consumer electronics and how to make them unified and work better in conjunction with the cloud servers. So maybe Microsoft and Sony might be working on game services collaboratively. Maybe they might start interjecting and intersecting with each other with each respective platform. I'm not expecting that to happen, but I also didn't expect this announcement to happen. So at this point, literally nothing will surprise me anymore. When I saw Microsoft get with Nintendo, it was cool. It was something I had hoped for a very long time, but it wasn't something that I really necessarily expected. I could see that happening, but I didn't expect it. And then with this, I couldn't even see this happening. So it's only a matter of time before we actually find out what they're working on together. And it's very exciting from a consumer standpoint, from a nerd in general, just to see powerhouses coming together for the betterment of society and consumers in general. It's just, like I said, it's very exciting to see this happen. Anyways, I'm going to leave the video right there. Very exciting turn of events, and I'd love to hear what you guys speculate could come out of this deal. That's all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, you stay smashing.